Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing an 11 by 8.5 layout. This is for Christie's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch is by my friend Jessica Michaels, and pretty much I'm going to do it exactly the way that the sketch is. I went digging in the Chamel stash that I have built up of Field Trip, which was one of the very first collections that I fell in love with by Chamel. And I still have quite a bit of it in my stash because I bought a lot of it when it came out. Um, like I said, it was definitely one of my favorites. I've used it multiple times. And right now, I'm trying to use up a lot of the scraps that I have. And I'm also going to bring in some from Never Grow Up, which is another one of her collections. The paper that says Wish, that yellow one, is from Never Grow Up. This orange one is actually from one of her newer collections. I don't remember if it's from Energy or the other one before that. I have a stencil here from Simple Stories, I believe, but it kind of sort of looks like that star paper that is from Chamel. And I have Distress Oxide in Lumberjack Plaid. Um, what is that one? The orange one is the yellow one is squeezed lemonade. The orange one is marmalade, I believe, spiced marmalade. And I'm going to try to create a mixed media background. I don't do this very often. One, I'm impatient to let it dry, but two, I'm just not that great at it. And honestly, I have so much pattern paper that I would rather use pattern paper. But since I was trying to use up um, just scraps, but also just make it look like the sketch, I decided to go ahead and do some mixed media and see if I could make it work. And it turns out pretty cute. I like the end result, so I'm okay with it. Using a texture paste that is light and fluffy by, oh, who is this by? TCW, which is a stencil company, and it's modeling paste. And it was not dried out. It's not like sealed shut or anything. And I actually really like the way that it went through the stencil. I did the star stencil in the background, and part of it's going to be covered up, so I wasn't too worried about where the stars like meet in the center. And unfortunately, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't when I did um, the Distress Oxide. But here I'm going to do splatters of the Shimmers paint, and I'm going to do them in the red is Red Lips, I think is what that one's called. And then the orange one is actually, um, I don't know what the orange one was called. The yellow is Daffodil, and it actually isn't that bright. I come in with Bumblebee and change it and do Bumblebee over the yellow. I am drying it in between each one before I do the next color, even though I'm covering up the color before I do it. I just didn't want any mix of the colors or accidentally, you know, move it over. So I went ahead and dried it with a heat tool, my embossing heat tool. And it didn't do anything to the puffy modeling paste. I was kind of worried about that, but it actually didn't do anything to it. I was afraid it might melt it, but I tried not to hold it directly on it for very long. I just dried it a little bit and then rolled the paper towels over it, and it was fine. It leaves light splatters, but they're not very noticeable in the end. But it's okay. I went ahead and did white acrylic paint also afterwards. And my friend Jessica does this all the time. She is really good at mixed media. So definitely check out her channel. I will have links down below. And, I'm sure, she did something great for this sketch today. So here I have my background ready. I have my papers cut. I am going to come in and round the corners of the papers. I noticed in the sketch, she actually has the papers in the background rounded. So I will round those after I mat my photo. I'm going to mat it on white cardstock first. And that is my youngest son and my nephew in the photo. And we went and played at Urban Air for my son's birthday. This was actually 2020. And this was just before everything shut down because his birthday is in February. So we were lucky enough to be able to go play, and then everything shut down after that. And his birthday is on Valentine's Day, so we actually went on Valentine's Day, hoping that it wouldn't be too busy because most kids are probably with babysitters, and the parents are out, you know, doing something for Valentine's Day. And actually, that was the case. There was not very many kids, and they were able to do a lot of the, like, there's trampolines and I don't know what you call that, like a glider swing that's up top. You're hanging kind of from a rope and you go around. And then they have like basketball trampolines and different things, and they did it all. They were able to do everything and not really have to wait in line. So here I just matted the photo on the star paper also, and I did have to cut it to make it fit around the photo, but it worked out perfectly. It shows the red and the orange and some of the yellow, which is fine. It's going to go over here on the red and the orange paper, and then the title is going to go over on the yellow paper. And honestly, I don't even know if that's how it is in the sketch or if it's the opposite way. I think it's the opposite way in the sketch. But this is the way it worked for my photos. I'm going to use these dinosaur skulls because he has a dinosaur on his shirt. So that's what I'm highlighting. I'm going to use this collection, the Phil Tripp collection, to do the other three layouts for his birthday. I had these planned for last month, but I had skipped a few days that I didn't do layouts. So since I already had the kits together, already had the photos together, um, I decided to go ahead and do them for 30 days of sketches. And I found some really great sketches actually to use for these photos. So I'm excited about that. I needed someplace for the skulls to actually sit. So I'm going to come in and cut two circles, one in yellow and one in pink. I didn't have other red paper in this collection besides the one that's behind the photo. So I decided to bring in this, what are these, like library cards? And there was a yellow one and a pink one. And they actually work out perfectly because the yellow isn't the same yellow as the paper. And then the pink is, obviously a little bit different than the red, but it goes with it. So I'm just giving the skulls some place to sit. And then I have the Triceratops one down in the left, kind of sort of biting the scale where it says 10 because this was his 10th birthday. And I wanted to highlight that. I'm going to use the blue letters instead of the red letters just because I'm putting them on the yellow and I have red on the other side. I didn't have yellow letters, and the blue really pops because the border that I ended up putting on the layout is blue. So that worked out. Plus the floor in the photo is blue, so it just brings in blue from the picture. And then I use the silver paper or the silver letters to spell out time. So it says party time, and this will be the first layout to his birthday celebration. And it was just him and my nephew and I that went out for this. Like again, I said it was on Valentine's Day, so most of the other family members were celebrating Valentine's, or um, like my parents are just a little bit elderly. They're not able to go to the birthday parties, at places like this anymore. So it was just I and the two boys. So here I'm going to pop up the skulls. I'm going to pop up the photo also And I believe that's it. I'm just going to pop up the photo, the two skulls, and then obviously Party has already kind of popped up since it's a foam letter set, and that was part of the Field Trip set. I have two of those sets also. I think I have two of everything from Field Trip. I bought it when it first came out, and then I believe it came out in a peachy cheap um, like collection that was cheaper. And then I also found some of it at Tuesday Morning before Tuesday Morning closed. But like I said, I absolutely loved it, so I bought lots of it. I went ahead and added stars to each of the clusters. The acrylic stars are by Paratree Cut File. The other stars are stickers. And that is it for today. If you guys are new, welcome. Thank you for coming by. Those of you that have seen my videos before, thank you for coming back. And I will see you in the next video. There's a playlist down below for Christy's Beautiful Life.